go ahead and get started. And if you just got into today's webinar is going to be account preferences, and sometimes some of the things that might not always be as fun as maybe building a website or searching or looking at products. But today we're going to go through some of the account just preferences and tips and tricks to get your account to work and operate the way that you want it to. My name is Tiffany Tarr. I'm our Vice President of Sales here at Distributor Central. And if you've got questions as we walk through some of this information today, please feel free to send it in. But if you've already got a Distributor Central account, you probably are familiar with the dashboard. If you happen to be in today's meeting and you don't have a Distributor Central account, please just go to DistributorCentral.com and sign up, and we'll make sure to get you a set of usernames and passwords emailed over today so that you can start taking a look at your account. But once you get an account, and that is so exciting, most people want to kind of dive into getting a website started or searching for products. But so what I wanted to do is just do a class or do a quick session on some of the tips and tricks that you're going to want to take a look at and some of the nuances of your account that might have been overlooked. And so this is a really great class for anybody that's either brand new to Distributor Central or you've had a Distributor Central account for a long time and maybe you just didn't kind of walk through some of this stuff. But this is what your account looks like when you initially log in. If you are in today's webinar and you're not familiar with what Distributor Central offers to you, it is a full product research solution as well as an order management system. And then we also host websites for distributors. So we have a website building platform. It's got a virtual design tool. It allows you to build quotes, proposals for your customers, build company stores or presentation websites. And we'll cover just a little bit of that. But what we're going to talk mostly about is here in this account area. So once you've got your Distributor Central account, you really want to take the time to take a look at these account preferences. And the account preferences are going to tell your account and your website how you want it to operate for you and your business. It's really the first thing as an account administrator you're going to want to take a look at. And some of the areas that I like to highlight for distributors is the account's going to default to just some basically no answers. So you want to make sure you go through and make sure that that's how you really want the account to operate. So like this first one, to notify me when a new customer information is submitted. So if somebody went to your website and they submitted new customer information and you want to receive an email, maybe at customer service or info at your business, you're going to want to make sure you turn that preference on so that your website knows to send you an email with all of that account information from a new user or a new possible customer. Some other areas that you might want to take a look at is purchase order information. Distributor Central, if you're using it to build a quote or a proposal or use it for order management, it's going to allow you to include some stock language and order confirmation details to both your customer and to your supplier. So if there's things that you want to make that stock language that your company just operates on, you can use these text fields here in your order preferences to include that. And this is just basically a text block. And you can put anything that you want in here, but it's going to automatically include language on order confirmation. Same thing with suppliers. If there's information that you always want to make sure that you include to a supplier, maybe it's your corporate headquarter location or just some nuances about how you need orders to happen or information that you need to communicate to your suppliers, you can automatically include that so that you're not having to repeat emails back and forth. Also, same with tax. If you're going to be including tax and tax is calculated at where it's purchased from, if you've got customers that are tax exempt, and I'm going to show you in your customer management where you can manage tax and tax exempt customer information, you're going to want to start to kind of take a look at these. This is also going to tell your website how you will accept art if you no longer accept art via fax. You'll just want to turn that off so that your website and your communication with your customer it already includes the types of art that you will accept from a customer. So you're going to want to take a look at some of these preferences. And so I would just take a really close look at this area. It's going to really just tell your account how you want it to communicate with your customer and how you want it to communicate also with your suppliers. And that's sometimes an area that that'll get overlooked. The next area is invoicing. DistributorCentral will allow you to attach we're not a payment gateway. However, you can include or incorporate your payment methods or the forms of payment that you accept on your website. And also, if you're using it from an order management standpoint, when you're generating invoices back to your customer, you can tell the invoice to display a pay online link that will allow your customer to put their credit card information or their PayPal or however you're accepting forms of payment. It'll allow them to do that so that you get that information electronically with the order details as well. Same with this stock language on invoices is similar to order confirmation stock language, where you can include stock information that your customers need to have in relation to their invoices. So these are just really great ways to make sure that you're communicating the way that you want to communicate with your customer and your supplier, and you're not having to repeat steps, and you're able to kind of get your account to do some of this stuff for you. Also with the logo, if you want to include your logo, you can upload it here to your account so that your logo is included on quotes and proposals and orders. Not every supplier that has listed products inside DistributorCentral has included shipping information or their shipping container information. However, if you want to include some additional stock language about shipping, or you want to charge flat shipping or pre-built in shipping to all orders, your account preferences is where you'll be able to do that and communicate that information to your customers. Or if you don't want to show the freight that is included on suppliers' products data, you can tell your account to turn that down as well. DistributorCentral has a proof of approval form that's included on order confirmation. So if that's something that you want to take a look at, this in the proofs and the preferences and the proofs, this is where you can set up that proof approval form as well. And again, these are just some things that people just maybe are not always aware of that are available in your account that you can take advantage of. The artwork approval will manage your proof approvals with the order detail as well. It'll actually timestamp and record who approved it and what time and date that it was approved on. DistributorCentral has a really great quoting system. You can use the search data to build out a quote or a proposal for customers. And this is just another way that you can include stock language. Maybe quotes are only good for 30 days or 15 days, or you're honoring quotes from previous quote generation. You can include that stock language and those details here. We talked just a little bit about payment preferences. Again, DistributorCentral is not a payment gateway. However, you can incorporate your authorized.net or your Stripe or your PayPal account so that you can receive electronic payment from your customers, or you could tell your account that you want to accept checks or purchase orders for payment as well. But this is kind of an important part. If you are going to accept online payments, you're going to want to take a really close look at these, and you're going to look at the way that payments are processed. One that sometimes people will miss is settle customer payments automatically. It's going to default to no. And what that means is that if your customer uses the pay online link and they put their information, their payment information in, it's not going to automatically settle unless you tell your account that you want it to do that as soon as they put payment in. Sometimes distributors won't do that for maybe situations like the shipping, or they want to make sure that the customer got all of the order details right, or they said they had one color, but they really had two and there's an additional charge. So sometimes distributors won't automatically settle payments at point of purchase. But if you want your account to do that, or if you're assuming that your account is doing that, you want to go back and take a look at that preference. Payments, I'm just going to jump over here just a little bit. This is just kind of some global information. When you go to set up your payment, you're going to want to come back to your account and then to this payment area, and then your payment setup. Your payment setup, this is where you will actually decide or make some determinations on what forms of payment that your website and your business will accept. This is how you can make a decision if you want it to be a bill to account or you're using authorized.net. You can identify which forms of payments that you will take, and all you have to do to set that up is slide them over. And then once you've done that, you will you can start to add in your payment gateway information. I go back to the preferences, and again, if you're going to be, this is just another way that you can communicate with your customer and kind of start setting some parameters. If you've got terms on payments, or if you offer a discount by paying within a certain amount of time, here in the preferences under credits is where you can start to make some of those decisions. Distributor Central allows you to generate a Google product feed. So this is kind of where that is located as well if you want your account to start generating that product feed. From here under your preferences, another preference that you're going to want to take a look at is your user preferences. User preferences will let you determine who in your organization has access to what functions of your account. So you can, so there's user preferences here at the account preference level. And then the next area that you're going to want to take a look at if you're setting up maybe additional sales reps, or you're setting up order administrators, or you've got somebody that just works on your website. Under users and then user maintenance, you can set up as many users in your account as you want. So there's no reason that every salesperson couldn't have their own login, or everyone in your organization couldn't have their own designated login. Your administrator will be the one that will be able to activate additional users. And all you have to do to add a new user to your business is click Add New User. And you'll just set them up and give them, and set up their email address. You can identify their username. The system will automatically generate one. What I like to do, I typically use email addresses as the username. It makes it a lot easier. And then give them a password and set their email address up and then send it over. I'm not going to set this one up. I'm going to come back. Once you've set it up, it'll add the username and the password and their email. And then from there, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to assign user rights. As the administrator of your account, you can create global rights. So you can set up user rights at a global level. In my account, I've got account administrators, product search, order administrators, and without having to go through each one of those rights, you can just automatically assign, like maybe this is a salesperson and the only thing you want them to have access to is product searching. However, if you want to give them additional rights or you want to customize those rights, the additional user rights will duplicate all of this information here on the left navigation bar. And you can walk through each one of these preferences and individually or customize every user's preference. So if I only wanted this particular person in my account to only do order tracking setup for whatever reason, I would give them just those rights. So you can customize your users based off their role within the company and how much access you want them to have. Another thing that you can do in your setup, if you've got additional sales reps that work for you, you can also set up child accounts. Child accounts allow you as the administrator or the owner of the master account to create individualized account managers or sales reps that can manage their own customers. They can manage their own customers and then create customized websites as well. And then you can manage order flow and order data at a global level. If that's something that you need more information on, we can certainly get you more information on setting up child accounts, or maybe sales reps that are not located within your office, or however you've got your business set up. I'm going to go back to the users. So user maintenance will allow you to create as many users within your account as you need. It will also allow you as the administrator of the account to customize what portions of the account that they have access to, just to give you like a comfort level. Another tool that is available to you within your account is a customer management system. DistributorCentral has a really great light CRM tool where you can manage your customers, their orders, and their correspondence. I'm gonna look at all of the customers that I've set up. I don't have any real customers, so these are demo customers, but I can take a look at all of the customers that I've either done business with or I'm trying to do business with from here, and I can see what kind of correspondence I've had. So on this particular customer here, this Jack Sports Shop, it looks like the last time I spoke to this customer was on April the 23rd. Maybe I actually haven't talked to them at all. But if I'd had any correspondence, so I've not actually talked to them, but if I needed to reach out to this sports shop, and maybe I called them and I had to leave a message, I can use my account to manage the activity or manage just anything that I'm doing with the customer. If I wanted to attach an art file, or if I wanted to attach maybe some information that the customer sent to me, I can use my account correspondence to manage my customers and also manage any correspondence or activity that is happening with this particular customer. I can also use it for reminders. If I'm using this if I'm making notes, or if I'm adding in additional, why isn't this showing up? If I'm adding in additional if I'm adding in additional records, I've got something turned off. I don't know what I've got turned off here. So I've got a preference turned off somewhere in my account that's not showing me my correspondence. I'll have to come back to it. I must have demoed this and showed somebody a way to turn something off, and now I don't remember now what I turned off. But we'll come back. But it'll record it and allow you to manage all of that. It'll also show you back order. You can track the order history here. And what I had said earlier, that you could manage the like not credit, but the tax information. When you set up a customer, is another thing that sometimes will kind of get overlooked, is when you set them up under the terms, this is where you can add in additional information. So maybe this customer is not taxable because they are a not-for-profit. This is where you can tell your account that this customer should not be charged tax if they happen to purchase something on your website. This is also where you can kind of manage who wants to receive marketing information and who does not. So if you're using DistributorCentral to export back your customer information, or we've got a little bit of integration that you can use with MailChimp as a marketing tool. So if you're using anything like that and they do not want to be marketed to, this is where you can tell the account not to include them in those reports. This is also where you could include additional information. Maybe this customer has terms, or this customer has a credit limit. You can manage that information here. This is also where you can manage the main contact information about a customer and like their mailing address and those types of things. If you were setting up a company store, this is also where you could tell this particular customer what website that they're ordering off of. If you set up a company store, you'll see all the websites that you set in your account, and you can assign them to a website as well. So that's a little bit of information about using the CRM tool to manage your customers. And all you have to do to add a new customer is just click Add New Customer, put their information in, and it'll generate that account, and it'll add them back into your account list. Another area that if you need to look up supplier information or you're going to create custom vendors, you can also create those here within your supplier account. If you're running reports or needing to go back and look at orders, these aren't preferences, but you can filter down and get back information on any quotes or proposals that are out there. So that is some information on managing your account preferences and things you might want to take a look at. Things that we typically will see as distributors will call back in for additional support on is that tax, if a customer is a not taxable customer, or that payment settlement. If the customer saying that I put my credit card information in when I purchased it, but you're not seeing that settle and transact into your bank account, it might not be set to automatically settle, and you'll need to go back and settle that manually. DistributorCentral will give you the ability to attach your payment gateways and tell your account how you want it to operate in terms of what forms of payment that you will accept. You can also set up additional users and make sure that those users have customized preferences to what you want them to have, as well as including stock language on quotes and proposals and orders to both the customer and to your suppliers. And we also talked a little bit about the artwork approval system, where you can include artwork approval links into your order confirmations to your customers so that you can approve them. They can approve them online without having to generate additional back and forth, either via fax or via emails. If you're not familiar with DistributorCentral, DistributorCentral also provides you the ability to create your own website. And will host as many websites as you need within your account. If you have not yet set up a website on DC, this is where all that is managed at. And we also recently just released a product collection tool that allows creating customized product sets on your website a lot easier. But when you go into your hosting manager, this is where you'll be able to add a new website. And once you've added a new website, it'll show you all the templates that are available. This is also where you can manage your domains. DistributorCentral, we don't sell domains, but you can purchase one from like a GoDaddy or Net Solutions, and we will host that domain for you at no cost. And once you've purchased the domain, or if you want to move a domain over, the wizard will allow you just to click Add Domain, put the domain information in. You might need to gain a little bit of details from the registrar in which you purchased it, like the DNS number and those types of things. But you can move that domain over, and DistributorCentral will host that for you at no cost as well. I'm going to go back to the hosting manager. DistributorCentral's been adding in several new website templates that are available for you to use. The website template wizard is as simple as choosing a template, uploading your logo, and generating a website from there. Or if you wanted to customize the website even further and build out your own product sets, you could do that. If you didn't want to use a template at all and you wanted to start fresh from a blank slate, and you had the ability to do that, you can also create your own customized website without having to use one of the templates that have been created. We've recently rolled out several new templates. So one that I think that a lot of people are pretty familiar with is this PPE template. We put this out right at the end of March so that distributors could easily and quickly generate a website that they could market to their customers that was pre-built with products that were fitting what was kind of going on right in the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic. And so this website's very customized to working at home products and personal safety products. So these are ways that you can use DistributorCentral to create websites that are product or industry specific. And we've started to create several of these that you'll start to see over the next couple of weeks that are already kind of pre-done, where you can go in and customize a little bit further for your business, but without having to create a lot of work or having an extensive website background. You could create product sets in targeted marketed websites pretty easily to start sending to your customers. We've also, in the last couple of weeks, released a virtual design tool. There's a template that is already pre-built into your account that has got a full set of products that have the website, the virtual design tool added to them. This template can be used, or you could create a product collection on your existing website that is targeted, and you could create a designated spot on your existing website for products that have the design tool already set up on them. The way that the design tool works at the customer level is pretty simple. All I have to do is go to my desktop, and my customer just has to choose, or I can do this for them. They would just choose their company logo, and once they've chosen it, it'll take that logo that they upload into this wizard, and it will apply it to the imprint location that's been set on each of those products. It's just a virtual design. It's just a virtual sample tool. It's not going to render production-ready artwork or anything like that, but you could use this product collection or this template to create a website that you could send over to your customers and show them what their logo would look like on several hundred products that they could order to market their businesses. So once that logo has been uploaded, it's going to automatically apply it to everything that has that design tool. And from there, you can use it to send over to the customer for idea generation. I'm going to take a look and see if there's any questions that I can yet answer. So there was a question in regards to just that, that design tool on that template. So there's a couple of ways that you can access this template. When you log into Distributor Central and you go to the hosting manager, you would just click Add New Website. And when you click Add New Website, you're going to see that virtual design template website here in the second position. So you can just, all you would need to do from there is click Use this template. It'll let you upload your logo, and you would have this website would be up and ready to go in just a few minutes. I'll just show you real quick through what the website the wizard looks like. I'm just going to choose this. I'm going to choose a different logo than Distributor Central's. So here's this logo. It's going to take it. It's going to apply it to the website, and you can create this website just as simple as that. Or if you wanted to customize the website further, you could certainly do that as well. So this is my company logo that I just picked. And so now I've got, it's going to also notice who I am, and it's going to apply my contact information automatically to the footer of the website. Another way that you can use that virtual design collection, I'm going to go back. I'll show you how you can use the collection manager to choose an additional page or a product set on an existing website. I'm actually gonna So once you've already created a website, I'm going to go back to where I'm managing all of my websites. And I'm going to choose a site that might not already have this on here. I'm going to choose this one, the Cyrus Promotions. And once you've created the frame out of the website, or you use the template, you want to go back and manage it. This is also how you'll actually get into the actual website editor for management. These product collections, right now I've got 1,300 products on this particular website. I'm going to click Manage. And this is where you can customize the products that are going to display on your website. So right now I've got a couple of product collections already set up. I've actually got the design one on here too, but I'm going to delete the design one, the design your own, and I'm going to add it back. So all I would need to do to add a collection is click add collection, and I'm going to tell my website that I want to filter this down to only products that have the virtual designer applied to them. And all I have to do from there is click virtual designer, and I'm going to say true. And now I've added just products to this particular website template that has the virtual design tool enabled on them. Same thing with additional filters or additional collections. If you're creating pages or sets or kind of segments of your website, the new product collection tool makes it really easy to either, if I wanted to choose pens that are under $2 and that are only from a specific supplier. This is what I would be doing. I'm only going to choose pens that are under $2 from this particular supplier. And now I have filtered down my website. Now it's got 1,600. So it added 300 additional products to my website by adding this new collection. You can title these collections anything that you want to segment them on your website. Once the website has been set up and you're ready to go, I'm going to publish this real quick. So I publish my changes. There are a couple of preferences at the website level as well that you might want to take a look at. So I'm going to dig into this website. I'm going to go back to this virus promotions website, and I'm going to open up the editor, and I'll show you just a couple other things that you might want to just take a look at, especially if you're using a template. I'm going to edit this website, and there are a set of preferences at the website editor level as well. So maybe you want each website to operate just a little bit differently in terms of how you're communicated with, and because maybe it's a customer store or it's a really specific website for a specific market. I'm going to load my website editor up. So this is where, if I wanted to customize any parts of this website any further, we've tried to make our website editor as simple as possible. So if I needed to, maybe I updated my logo and I need to change out this logo, all I have to do to edit any parts of the website is double click into the website and look at my image library. And now I can save these changes, and now I can update the website just without having really any background in website editing. Anything that you're seeing on any of these templates, you can double click in and make adjustments without having to dig into the pages over here. Each website will also come with its own set of website preferences. And the website preferences, again, will just allow you to identify or kind of make some adjustments to how you want each one of your websites to operate. So like on this virus promo one, the one that I've been editing, do I want to display price range in the search results? Maybe I don't want that to happen. I can turn any of those things off. It's because these preferences are tied to a specific website. Maybe I want to customize some of that stock language to be specific to this website. So I can use just like the general or the global account preferences, the website preferences have the same set and same way that you can customize how each one of your websites operates. Same thing with orders. If you're going to do purchase orders, same thing with shipping information. Do you want to send order confirmations? Yes or no? What do you want the text to appear in your order button? You can customize that a little bit further. And like the final order page. So each website will also come with its own set of preferences that you can use. And again, if there's any questions about anything that I'm kind of going over today, just let me know through that chat box. Same thing with, so one thing, kind of an area that sometimes will just get a little bit missed is on the catalog page. So if you're going to use anything like recommended products, some suppliers will include recommended products. So if you're looking at a pen that is less than $2, like in that search, there might be an array of other pens that are also similar. It'll allow you to display those products to your customer. It's just ways that you want, additional ways that you can customize your website to operate for you and your business. So that's really everything that I wanted to cover today. We've gone through your global account preferences. And that's the first thing that we did is the global account preferences. We've also talked about your users and the user preferences and how you can establish what rights and what actions you want each one of your users to have available to them. And then also if you're using Distributor Central's website solution, you can use the hosting manager as well. We'll host that domain name for you at no cost. You can also manage your website, create websites that are product or industry specific or company stores. And then each one of those websites will also have their own set of preferences that you're going to want to take a look at to make sure that they are operating the way that you want them to operate. And then one thing we didn't touch on here is your social media integration. This is where you can manage your social shares if you want to be able to share onto Facebook, maybe on your business page, or you want your customers to be able to share product from your website to their social shares. Here's where you'll be able to manage and how to add those onto your website if that's something that you're wanting to do. There's one question. When you added the PPE to the website, does it automatically create a button for the customer to see and use? I'm not exactly sure about that question, but if you're asking if it's going to automatically include an order button, it does. Everything on Distributor Central is built in an e-commerce format, so it will automatically add that. But if you are not wanting to use the shopping cart, you can always, through your preferences, turn the shopping cart down and make it a request more information action. So if you just want your customers to be able to send you an email with more information, requesting more information about specific products or sets of products, and you didn't want to use the shopping cart and the e-commerce functionality, you could certainly create a website or a presentation site and not include all of those additional features. If you are on today's session and you don't have an account already, you can email info@distributorcentral.com, or you can email me. My email is ttar@distributorcentral.com, or you can go to distributorcentral.com and sign up for an account. Another thing that I would encourage you to do, even if you've been a Distributor Central user forever, help.distributorcentral.com is a great resource for you to get help guides and even videos on all of the aspects of your Distributor Central account. So maybe it's Saturday and we're closed on Saturday and you're trying to set up your payment preferences. You can either just type in payment, and if you're new to payment, you can get the testing payment set up or setting up payment processing. So you can use this basically like a Google search to search for what you're trying to accomplish within your Distributor Central account, and it will pull back all of the guides. And if there are videos also associated, it will pull those back as well. And they're usually just 3 or 4 minute video guides on how to use Distributor Central, whatever aspect of it that you're trying to use. But help.distributorcentral.com. I honestly use it if I'm helping cover support and I get a distributor that calls in. I'm probably on help.distributorcentral.com, making sure that I've gone through every single step and I didn't miss anything. and then I can send that back over to the distributor as well as follow-up and a reference guide. But this is a great way for you just to get more information and step-by-step guides on anything that you're trying to do within your account. But you can always also call our support team, and we'll be more than happy to answer anything. So it doesn't look like there's any more questions, but if anybody has anything after the webinar, please feel free to reach out to me via email or give us a call, or info@distributorcentral.com is another great resource as well. I really appreciate everyone's time today, and I hope that we've covered everything. And if we haven't, or if there's anything else that you need from us, just feel free to reach out and let us know. Have a great afternoon.